Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. So, with social media nowadays, athletes tend to be more involved, and mainly the younger athletes, the guys who are from the age normally of 20 to 24-ish, that kind of age. These guys are involved in social media a lot. It's just the way it is. And with that being said, we're going to be getting to a conversation on a guy who very much is involved in social media. In fact, many people will say too involved, and he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and his name is Juju Smith-Schuster. So, Juju, if you do not know, was selected in the second round at a USC. He was seen as a bigger guy, kind of a slower guy, your big muscle guy, kind of, to go up, make kind of those jump ball kind of catches and everything. That's what he was seen to do, make those kind of plays for his team. Well, he would go on to do that in his first 2 years, really. In his first year, he would go on to have 58 receptions, 917 yards, and 7 touchdowns, and repeat it with the best year of his career with 111 catches, 1,400 yards, and 7 touchdowns. So, he would go on to have those crazy 2 years. And I know you said, social media, wait, what are you talking about? Kind of jumped ahead. Well, Juju has been seen in this discussion we're talking about today as a guy who's too involved in social media. So, if you want to go back, like we said, 2 really good years, 2017, 2018, going into year 3, expecting a lot, right? Well, that's not really the case. 2019, he would have injuries. His quarterback, Big Ben, would be out. This is the first year without AB, so those first 2 years, he was a wide receiver 2. Now he goes to a wide receiver 1 role. Wide receiver 2, he has 42 receptions, 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's it. Okay, so career low in career low in catches, career low in yards, career low in touchdowns. Ultimate career low year. Okay, so Big Ben comes back 2020. He has 97 receptions, which is the second most in his career. Yards, which is down. Touchdowns, which is up. So, but aside from touchdowns, he had a down year. He's coming off 2 back-to-back down years. And so you're wondering, is Juju good? I think Juju was good as a wide receiver too. So when I get into social media, this leads to it. If you don't know, Juju did his whole little TikTok dance thing for this year where he would go and dance on opposing teams' fields, which is seen as just super disrespectful. And I know there's a difference between him trying to be disrespectful and him trying to have fun. That wasn't fun anymore. It was just him being disrespectful and obnoxious. And for Juju, for a guy where after a while it seemed like he was caring more about the social media aspect than the actual playing football aspect, going out there catching passes, making blocks, scoring touchdowns. That's what he was seen more as. Now, I think Juju gets targeted more because he's the number 1 guy. So your number 1 guy in your offense, you're going to get a lot of targets. It's just the way it is. So, I think that Juju was good for his first 2 years, but I don't think he's as good anymore now. Is he still a good receiver? In the sense, yes, in a certain way. He's a good number 2. But as a number 1, Juju cannot, you've seen it. Now, he's not eclipsed 1,000 yards in 2 seasons as a number 1 receiver. He's got his touchdowns up. I'll say that he's had 10 touchdowns in the past 2 years. But, let's say you take his last 2 year sample size and his first 2 year sample size. So, let's go ahead and let's take that. He would have 2,300 yards in his first year, and he'd have 14 touchdowns. Second one, he'd have 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Low touchdowns, low yards. And that's what this is all leading up to. And news came out as of, I believe it was early this morning, or it might have been yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was this morning, though. I'm a Browns fan. Juju made a comment about the Browns saying, oh, they're the same old Browns. He pretty much said they still suck. And for Juju, if I'm him, you don't really have a right to talk smack, dude, because, you're literally just getting fed the ball all the time when it comes to the end zone. If you don't know, a lot of his touchdowns are, little, in the red zone type of situations, 5-yard passes. So, with that's where he's getting his touchdowns. But, dude, he's talking like he's a guy where he's a Devontae Adams, he's a Julio Jones, he's a Michael Thomas, he's DeAndre Hopkins. He's talking like that. You're not. Am I saying Juju can have a bounce back year? Yes, because he is a free agent after this year. So if Pittsburgh says, hey, we're not going to bring you back, they did draft a guy who could be his replacement in Chase Claypool. If they decide we're not going to bring you back, he could earn some money, he could not. But ultimately, this video was for all those Steelers fans who sit here and say, oh, Juju's still good. They have the audacity to say Juju's a top 10 receiver still. bro, I'm sorry to break it to you, Juju isn't top 10 anymore. He never really was top 10. Like I said, and if you want to go ahead, if you want to take an in-depth look to his best games he had this season, he had a good game against the Cowboys. He had 6 receptions, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Against the Colts, he had 9 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. That's all right. I mean, but then he disappeared some games. Like if you took out the first game against my Browns, 2 receptions, 6 yards, literally nothing. Against the Bengals, 3 receptions, 15 yards. And he's had a fumbling issue this year as well. He's had 3 fumbles. He had a fumble against the Colts. He had a fumble against the Bengals. He had a fumble against the Ravens. Yeah, so I think he's an average receiver, honestly. But like I said, that's just me. That may just me being the Browns fan who is biased or whatever it is. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you're Steelers fans, let me know. Get that discussion going in the comments. I appreciate the support on the videos recently. But yeah, that's me for this video. I hope all of you enjoy, and peace.